Okay, here we go. Waptek your hack. How much does the FBI pay you? You lie to everyone on YouTube. Number one, stop abbreviating hacker. Number two, if I was getting paid by the FBI, it's obviously not enough to put up with your BS. Next, I don't lie to everybody on YouTube. Okay. What is this about? Now, remember the rule for trolls who are on YouTube comment sections, and especially if they post to rationalists or debunkers or, you know, fact-based YouTube channels. I try to be fact-based. Ignore the subject, don't address it, number one. Number two, go out of your way to say the exact opposite of the nature of the person you're dealing with, because it's an easy way to trigger them. And number 50, always claim they're a shill or some other trope, some other BS statement like you're Illuminati or white gen. Just throw something in there. Just spin the wheel of pat answers to reality posters like me and go ahead and do it. But one thing that happens on my channel is a problem. You get featured. This video is not about this person, but I want to point out something. What video was this person talking about? Subject matter was ignored in the comment. Next tactic is that you attack the person that's uploaded the video. Again, you have to avoid the subject matter, because then you would be tied to reality. You see, in reality, if you address the subject of is 1 + 1 = 2, you're actually arguing that point. You're not talking about what I look like, where I am, you know. So calling someone a hack or insulting them or whatever, it's one of many tactics to keep it off topic, to derail a discussion. The next thing is yelling shill or any of these things. But the most important thing is lying. All anybody doing this comment had to do was expend the terrible effort of reading the stuff below in the video, maybe even watching the video, sometimes they don't even do that, and find where I made a mistake or said something that's literally not true. If you're claiming I'm lying, wouldn't it be handy if you said what I said and what reality is, you know, like I do? Oh no, that would put you on the same level and you'd be subject to the same expectations everybody else is. If you make an assertion like that, because if I said something and it turned out to be not true, you could just easily do that. Low-hanging fruit method. Avoiding that means that you do not believe that you have the ability to compete in the free market of ideas. So anyway, here we go. If you follow QAnon, you will already know the truth. Counterpoint, I don't follow QAnon, and I do know the truth. And then it's followed with, War Drummer has the best video. So this is someone shilling for a channel. Yeah, that's funny, especially after I said what I did before. But anyway, the subject matter, let's get to that. Donald Trump's 3 assassination attempts, and then a string of letters you're supposed to use as a hashtag on Twitter. There weren't. There's 1 assassination attempt and 2, well, we'll call it attempts, attempted stupidity. Thomas Dimacimo, Dayton, Ohio, or wherever. All of a sudden, a planned attack just came out of nowhere. Donald Trump posting conspiracy theories. I was ready for him, but it was much easier for the cops to do it. That's the part I liked, because I really want Trump to body slam this idiot, because he's a dork. Don't make attempts on the President of the United States or attack them at a rally of their own supporters, and you're in a minority position, and you're outnumbered, and I'm surprised they didn't tear him limb from limb. Maybe the secret police or whatever, excuse me, Secret Service, were protecting him, because, I'm sorry, a bunch of Trump supporters, I'm surprised the guy made it. But anyway, that's got nothing to do with QAnon. That's something that happened. Second one, June 2016, Michael Steven Sanford with a gun. Actual, real, honest-to-goodness attempt to kill. That's not acceptable. Don't try to kill a president. This should be obvious. And again, Trump should body slam him. The guy actually has a history where he's kind of screwed up. I mean, legitimately screwed up. For real. So I'm not sure it's okay to diss on the guy. I don't know what can be done to fix him. Even Trump kind of took pity on him, because it's what he deserves at this point. Next, November 2016, after the actual attempt on his life, an unidentified individual yelled the word gun at a get-together. No actual threat was found, and it happened a second time, which isn't being reported. This is underreported. I don't like this. But there are 3 incidents, and only one of them was an actual attempt. I'd also like to point out, most of you don't know about the attempt to kill one of the previous presidents before Trump, involving frickin' uranium. It might have been depleted uranium, but still. not geraniums, uranium. Next, a question I got. But no, there wasn't 3 attempts on Donald Trump's life. Somebody's trying to play up how he's being attacked on all sides or whatever. No, but these 3 incidents aren't being reported enough because I don't know why. Don't do that. You can look up the butt ton of them that happened to Obama and Bush, and Clinton got a lot of them. But most of them were threats. This is worrisome. But I'd like to point out the one that with an actual person with a gun. There was enough stuff that's wrong with him, oddly enough, that fixing what's wrong with him would make him no longer a threat. Maybe. Still not acceptable. And I thought that there was a death penalty for these things, but it was before he was elected, so okay, fine. Next, a question. Would the United Nations, Soros, Obama, Hillary, FBI, CIA, agencies of the U.S. government, Las Vegas Police Department, other agencies, police departments throughout the United States, etc., and your mom, conspire to create events to take away guns from U.S. citizens by actually murdering U.S. citizens? Straight question. Because this batshit crazy idea, would it work? Yeah, in reality. Has there ever been an example of it? That's a very touchy subject because you're going to have to dig. It's not a rabbit hole, it's a freaking cesspit. And this is actually somebody getting to the point and actually, calling a spade a spade. This is the assertion that's being made. So let's examine it. Plain and simple, is this of practical value? To throw people in FEMA camps or whatever, if you were to fake an incident like September 11th or whatever, would it really work? What I find with conspiracy theorists, with their extreme imagination-based research, and also sometimes real research that I have to applaud, is they never actually discuss the end game based on the plan. If you're going to make a plan that's quote-unquote just crazy enough to work, wouldn't it be nice if you actually explored whether it would? And the fact is that it doesn't. I'll get to that. The fact is that the U.S. government, if they wanted to just take everybody's guns or wanted to do door-to-door searches or whatever, would just do it. They don't declare anything. They don't have to. If they want to get help from the National Guard in your state or whatever, they have to make a declaration. There are incidents of this kind of thing happening, but it doesn't have to be predicated on an excuse, because the fact is that the U.S. government doesn't have to actually offer you an explanation if they're going to do something that's violating you, because they don't. When this happens, and it has happened on an individual basis, they don't give an excuse, they just do it. And then they pay the fees and fines and court case money later in civil court. That's all you're allowed to do. Later, because they have an unlimited amount of money, because they can just print it. Sorry, but I don't see the rationale. But if anybody wants to, post below how the meme of such and such happening could have worked by someone pitching it as an idea. Let's do this, and explaining that it would work. Most of these don't actually qualify that way. Next one. Okay, first of all, there are 2 gunshot wounds in Stephen Paddock, one to the chest and one to the head. Now the problem with this is, it's not. But even if it was, it would just indicate one of the cops shot him after he was dead. If you were trying to cover up something, you'd just say, we shot him, we thought he was alive, we blew a hole in his chest. Oh, did I shoot down your meme? Pun intended. So here we go. You're not going to lay a rifle over your leg before you off yourself. Actually, why not? But the fact is that he was probably standing and fell down, and when you fall down, I don't know if any of you do this, but if you watch somebody getting tasered, if they fall backwards, usually people fall forward. I don't know if anybody has noticed that when you faint, you usually fall forward. But if you fall backwards for some reason, like you just blew your brains out through the, or tried to blow your brains out through the back of your head, you will fall down and your legs do kick out from under you. You can look at dozens of videos of this. I'm sorry, but why don't you do that? Most taserings, you don't really see that, but you do see taserings that happen that way. And the person is just standing there and they fall backwards and their feet shoot out from under them. Your center of gravity is actually around, like at your rib cage, where it begins to touch your belly, and it drops and everything else just kind of pirouettes around it. Usually your legs fold. So this is a stupid thing to ask about, but okay. But his feet kicked underneath the gun, and I'm not trying to make excuses. Everyone's like, you can't manipulate a crime scene, it's illegal, it's a sign of something. No, if you're going into a room thinking there might be more than one shooter, because the police have to assume there's more than one shooter until otherwise proven to themselves, because it's stupid otherwise, they're going to do whatever's necessary, including moving things around. If Paddock's actually dead, if they can confirm the guy's dead, they don't care if their gun's next to him. He's not an issue anymore. But again, if you want to claim he was shot in the chest, they would just say, yeah, we shot him. He was dead. And okay, this is a real question. If you really believe shooting a cadaver after he shot hundreds and hundreds of people is illegal, you're a dumb fuck. That's it. Why did you post this? But anyway, why does everybody post this? Anyway, next. The gun you offed yourself isn't going to have blood drops leading to the gun that's above your head. You can watch lots and lots of, if you want to, lots and lots of people shooting themselves. But the fact is that his body was in one position and the photo was taken after he was moved to another one. Is the presumption most of us are going under. But yeah, it is possible that the gun could end up above his head if he fell down and it was above his body center line and his body fell like this and it fell past his shoulder. Where is his hand in the image? This is straining credulity to the point that it sounds like you're mentally pooping yourself. I mean, why would you do this? That's why. Black helicopter joke, insert below. Seriously, what's it with Portland having all these freaking helicopters flying around? So anyway, another point of view to bring up. Someone having a conversation in the comment section below yet another video, replying to another. Yeah, the bump stock sure did come up awful fast right to the company that manufactured that particular stock. If anybody is curious, the slide stock and bump stock, there's only two basic companies that came up with it, and they were fighting each other. There's only two of them that I could find. Find me more. Do it now. So anyway, on with the rest of the comment. And then we get frames per second. How many times must we get framed? I know this guy. This is fun. I wonder how that Las Vegas lawsuit is going to har in California. I mean, I don't mean to drift off subject, but I haven't seen anything regarding the lawsuit itself. Chicanery? Or is it dictionary? Diana Feinstein, 20 years, communist China employee. Betamax was so cool, expensive though. This was actually on topic. What's wrong with you? So anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in. But the first part, it is kind of funny that, we have this mixture of comments, and they're useful. But the best on-topic comments sound like spoken word photography. So let's go. Have you seen the CCTV footage? Just call it security footage. I hate saying CCTV. Anyway, of the man running across the same roof. Yes. There was another guy supposedly on one of the elevator bays on the side of the building on the 8th level from the roof there. There is audio of the helicopters to confirm they saw it. Watch at the 4-minute mark. He corroborates this event with the audio in his video number 11. No weapon on him. Now that obviously doesn't mean he never had one. But you're presuming at this point that we have to assume this because you desperately need a second shooter. So that'll be where I'm ending the video here, because I just got to point out a couple of things. Somebody walking by while I'm doing this YouTube video glared at me like there's something wrong with me, and I distinctly heard Sean Graham's video. So he was watching a video of somebody I have contact with. I glared back at him and giggled. He'll never know. He'll never know. Next, do a lot of you get in your car, turn on the lights, turn on the engine, and then sit there for 5 minutes instead of driving it away? Warning, it's 90 degrees in Portland. Why are you warming up your car? Next, when you drive along a city block and then suddenly let it slow down so you can rubberneck and then drive away, you look creepy as hell, or I'm getting checked out. Either way, well, buy me dinner. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and good luck with that.